Hello and welcome to a new run through of Medieval 2 Total War. I have got an old run through on my channel, but it was a long time ago, so I thought we'll start a new one from scratch. I've come in with England. Obviously I'm English myself, so it was the patriotic thing to do. What we're going to look to do at the start of our campaign is grow our economy. So everything we do, creating ports, building mines, is going to be geared up towards making sure that we have money to attack Scotland eventually. Any council missions that come in, we will try and act upon because you usually get a nice reward for doing so. I imagine the first one will be to take York, so we'll look to act on that as soon as possible. Yes. We will look to get an alliance with France. This will stop France from attacking us whilst we're growing our economy, and means that eventually we can fight on our own terms with France. So what we're looking to do here is get a bit of money out of them in order to get an alliance and some trade rights. That's accepted, so that's another 1500 florins in our coffins over the next 5 turns.
Sire.
We will send our cardinal to have a look what's going on in Wales, whilst our spy can have a look in York. And we'll train some mailed knights. So I don't train too many units early on usually, but where there's a need to train units I will do. So I want to fortify Cairn a little bit to make sure that we don't lose that settlement over this side of the channel, but I also want to train a few units in Nottingham because we're going to try and take York, we're going to try and take the Welsh settlement, I can't remember what it's called, and eventually we're going to go up into Edinburgh, Inverness and over to Dublin. So we need to make sure that Nottingham's spitting out plenty of troops for us to conquer the British Isles. There is no rebel ports for us to blockade, so we won't do that just yet. That'll do for turn 1. Yep, so council settlement, we've got 15 turns to take York. So what we will do is we'll go straight at York. They've not got any notable army there, so we will take Prince Rufus. You can take 3 units of spears, 2 units of archers and his mailed knights, and we'll go attack York. One thing I just forgot to do was to raise the tax rate in London, make sure we're getting the most out of our tax. We'll re-garrison into Cairn. We'll send our diplomat down towards Spain. In fact, no, we'll send him over towards the Holy Roman Empire, because this is where we're gonna take the British Isles, and then we're gonna start expanding across this this coastline here towards Poland and the Holy Roman Empire. So it's better for us to go and create trade rights with them eventually. Just want to make sure that every settlement is going towards either generating income. If there's no buildings that allow us to do that, we'll increase our production, which generates more tax with a higher population. So once this is finished, we're going to want to build a market to increase our trade. Nottingham's building a port. We'll have some roads.
My lord.
York's got a turn to go.
Daughter of the Crown.
Yes, your highness.
Cardinal's heading over this way.
Sire.
Begone! You are not my lead.
Small rebel army has popped up here, so if we go into the building browser, show settlement details, on our income, there's no devastation just yet. So I'm just going to leave this army for now. I'm not going to bother with it. If this army starts causing devastation and having an impact on my income, I will get rid of them.
Orders. To war then, sire.
Okay, so turn 2 over. So London is now building the market. Nottingham's going to build a road. Cairn is halfway through a land clearance. Still no devastation. Although it may cause a slight unrest, so I guess we'll get rid of them eventually. First things first, though, we are going to attack York. So, in this run through, I'm not going to fight all the battles. The easy ones I'll tend to leave, and we'll just simulate them. But whilst this is our first battle, let's see how we go on. So you may notice the spy was stood outside. There was no point in me trying to get him into York because they have no walls. So spies, when you put them into an enemy settlement, if you attack that settlement, he can actually open the gates for you. There is a chance that they can open the gates. So sometimes it's worthwhile to garrison your spy into an enemy settlement. But whilst it was just like this setup, I wasn't too fussed. So we'll start our deployment. I'm going to bring my general around the back. I'm going to send another unit of spears around the back. So this settlement has 4 entry points. There's one here, one at the back here, and then one on this side. We're going to try and split our spears and make sure that we're getting at least 3 entry points and spreading their army right out. 1 spears through there. Send some mailed knights around the back. We'll have a unit of archers coming in from here, and a unit of archers coming in here. So I'll start that battle. Take our archers off there, they can come into here. This unit of spears are going to come down this flank. We're going to position the archers just on this hill here. My mail cav are going to come around the back. This unit of spears are going to come around here along with my general, and all we're looking to do effectively, because our army is much stronger, we're just trying to spread these as thin as possible. So we'll have a fight point here, a fight point here, or a fight point here. We'll have archers firing missiles in over this way, over that way, and then we'll use our mail cavalry to do some cycle charges in the back. One thing we've got to make sure though is their spears are tied up. They have got a unit of spear militias in here somewhere. Here they are. So we've got to tie these up before we start send the cav in, otherwise it'll get crumpled. So the spear militias are now found the choke point. We'll let our archers start raining down on them. Same with these archers. And these spear militias can hold this choke point here. General's bodyguards over here, and then the spear militias are working through. So our archers are now firing. We'll probably see these men start to move out once these arrows start landing on them. Here they come. And that'll be a slaughter if they don't move out, so here they come now. See if we can spread our spearmen out a little better. No. So we're now getting some engagement. Spear militias against spear militias here. We've got a unit of peasants coming in here. These spear militias come in, and they've got peasants coming out, so I'm just going to skittle these peasants with my mail cav. And we're going to use our general's bodyguard to get rid of the archers. So we should see a number of these peasants go flying as this mail cav hits them. Boom.
The enemy general lies dead.
Oof. That's killed nearly half of their unit. We'll take the rest out as we go through. Here comes the general bodyguard. Get our spears out of the way. And these should do some damage here. Didn't quite get a good charge, but we'll let them rip in. My spear militia on this side can come and get in the back of theirs. The mail cav can come and do a side charge on the peasant archers. Unfortunately, these tight spaces, it limits your charge somewhat, but at this point with cav against archers, we should be able to just leave them in there attacking. I'm going to stop my archers from firing at this point because I don't want them to kill my general by accident.
By St. George, our men have taken control of the city.
And we've now taken control, so it's only a matter of time before this is a victory.
Our men are winning the battle.
The cav have ripped through their archers pretty well. Where's our spear militia? Spear militia are going to come into here. At this point we are losing this battle, so we need that addition there. My male cav can take out these peasants. They're starting to route. And we'll just mop up them as they try and come through. Same with these spear militia, they're starting to rout. We'll keep our cav away from them because we don't want to get them killed. A good battle going on here. And that is a fairly conclusive victory. So we'll just fast forward it through until the end. It should be game. Where's the last units? There we go.
This is a clear victory that goes
Not bad,
to
losing
only men of
76
great
men.
virtue
That's
and valor.
okay. It's pretty decent. We managed to spread their armies out and then really cripple them with our cavalry. So not a bad win. So I think from here we will occupy the settlement because I imagine the public order will be okay. It's always worth looking, just bringing this to the side, seeing what your public order is by this face. If it's red, you may want to exterminate the populace to stop them from uprising. Sometimes you may want to sack the settlement to get yourself an extra bit of income, but in this case we'll just occupy. We'll upgrade to a wooden palisade. We'll put the tax rate up. Take our 2,500 florins. And then just lastly, we will make sure everything's going as we need it to. Check out what's over here. Oh, the settlement must be up at the top.
Yes, Your Highness.
And I think that will do us for part 1. So come back in part 2, where we'll look to take this area here and start to build an army to attack Scotland. We'll continue to grow our economy and look at getting some more alliances and trade rights through our diplomats. Thank you for watching. If you like the content, please like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in part 2.